while other countries are working towards improving the lives of their citizens, while they are thinking of innovations and other things to do in Nigeria, what they prepare ahead for is election, how to grab that power. But then some might say, well, it is better somebody that is going to do the right thing grabs the power. The story out there is that pressure is being mounted on Apostle Johnson Suleiman and Sheikh Ahmed Gumi to run for presidency come 2023. There are a lot of players that are kind of showing their faces for this 2023. We don't know what's going to happen in this 2023 anyway. A lot is going to really happen 2023. Hopefully, it's not going to cause any issues for the citizens of the country. As many of these supposed so-called elites, nothing happens to them at the end of the day. Nigerians react as this rumor broke out over intense pressure mounting on Apostle Johnson Suleiman. He calls himself now a professor, probably a professor in theology or something, and Sheikh Dr. Gumi to enlist as presidential and vice presidential candidate towards 2023 general election. In Nigeria, the candidates do not really matter most of the time. What really matter is the party. Party is like an anointing ground. The party that is in control of INEC chairman, and in certain cases, things turn around somehow, just like the case of PMB. He had the opportunity to control the INEC chairman. He had the opportunity to do a lot of things, but he decided to step down and he didn't do that. And Buhari came in not because APC was more powerful. APC was not more powerful. The only thing that happened is that PNB decided to back down as a result of the influence of the United States of America, and he wants to have a peaceful life. He doesn't want to end the whole, it's not just a do or die. He knows that at the end of the day, what do we go in there for? We go in there, do a little of what we can do, and do more for ourselves, stealing, looting, and all of that. And he knows that his wife, himself, and friends, and everyone, they've taken all what they need to take. So he felt that I don't think I should make the citizens of this country suffer more. That's why he said the blood of any Nigerian is not worth it. So it means that if he's going to shut down Buhari, he could. But then maybe Buhari will raise up some few people from his military friends or try to protest and all of that. And PNB will try to muscle on him and make sure that he wins the election. So what I'm trying to say is that in Nigeria, unless the president, the incumbent, unless the sitting president wants to leave, then it's a different case. But if he believes that he needs to boot in one of his stooges or help his party to get that position or come in there, then I believe that they will do all that it takes. So in the case of Professor Pastor Apostle Johnson Suleiman and Sheikh Dr. Gumi, that people are saying that they should enlist as presidential and vice presidential candidate comes 2023. Maybe, but I don't think because Apostle Johnson Suleiman is known in his church, or probably is a member of the Christian Association, PFN, and all of that, will make him win elections. Or the other man being a Muslim will make him win election. The Sheikh Dr. Gumi. I don't think that is just enough, as we've seen a lot of people from PFN try to become president twice. We've seen one, Bakari, trying to become vice president with Buhari being the president. They couldn't swing it. We've seen the other pastor too, Chris, trying to do the same thing, and he couldn't get it. So it's not about the body of Christ and all of that. Anyway, while some factions of the country are in support of the idea as being a noble one, with the impression that the duo are young, they are vibrant, they are God-fearing, they are well-educated, very close to the Nigerian masses, if we might say that. I mean, not necessarily Nigerian masses, but they are close to their church members. They are close to their to the congregants that trust and believe in what they say. And above all, some claim that they've become strong voices on behalf of the voiceless. I don't know if everybody likes Apostle Johnson Suleiman or if everybody likes Professor Gumi, but it is not about the like alone. There are a lot of factors that are played in, that you see being played when it comes to election in Nigeria, because they are going to use thugs, they are going to steal ballot boxes, they are going to do a lot of things. Now, maybe Apostle Johnson Suleiman has a lot of anointing, or God has mandated it. We don't know any of these things, but he has to really come out to say if he really wants to go for this or not. I don't know, he's going to be a pastor and president. It's a tough one. So some other of the opinion that clerics are only called to religious faith, faith-based religious duties and moral propagation, and already have their roles spelt out in nation building. They've already been given their mandate. Their mandate is not to become president. Their mandate is to be apostle, be a pastor, be this and that. So when you decide to swap, that's not to say that Christians should not get themselves involved in politics. If you don't get yourself involved in politics, if you don't get yourself being at the top and control of the aims of affair, you are going to have tyrants, you are going to have unbelievers, you are going to have satanic people that will be the policy maker. And when you go against the policy that they bring or they come up with, you are going to have problems. That is why people that have high moral values, people that are not just religious, people that have that are spiritual, people that have clarity when it comes to doing things, they should get themselves involved in politics, get themselves involved in everything, soak themselves, put themselves, impute themselves in all this cranny, so that the policies they come up with will be policies that will benefit the people, the policies that you can actually look at it and say, this policy shows that this person is God-fearing. That is what we are talking about. But when it comes to a lot of money, people do a lot of things, they lose their faith. So some other reaction states that both Apostle Johnson Suleiman and Sheikh Dr. A. Gumi are more relevant in building a morally sound society for Nigeria, just as they have hitherto been doing over the years. So some claim that it is more better for them to come into it. Now, some people claim that these pastors, these apostles, this prophet, and all of them, they are the ones they are part of the problems we have in Nigeria. They've scammed people in their own capacity. They've scammed people using that cloak. People will come, they tell you must give tithe. That if you don't give tithe, you will go to hell. If you don't give tithe, you go to hell. Then when it comes to a point that they're about to die, then they begin to say, God forgive me, that they've preached this and that, and they've said some things, but then they've caused a lot of problems here and there by, I don't know if it's scriptural to say if someone does not give tithe, they will go to hell. And you begin to say stuff, they should bring the money. You must bring the money. Now, I'm not talking of offerings, but we are talking of that tithe that is supposed to be tithe of food produce. It is written in the scriptures. I don't know where they get their own from. Maybe they form their own. Tithe is food. But if you cannot, that is what I understand about this. If you cannot, then you sell and bring the money and a lot of things. But then, let's say they've upgraded it as a result of what is happening in this world. Anyway, let's leave that aside. So I'm just bringing that in because of the morally and religious based, dichotomy, things that, maybe, may not. I'm talking of politics and pastors now and all of that. In line with you leave your calling as a pastor and go, it's like a dichotomy. It's like something that are not, they're not really in line, because if you become president, you have to leave your pastoral duties or apostle. You cannot go and be doing both together unless you have a way of actually, running the show, or God has given you a fresh mandate, because there's nothing God cannot do. Sometimes God raises, certain people to sort out certain issues. So Apostle Suleiman's magnanimity in respect of his humanitarian gesture, sometimes he gives out some money to people. He has helped some people, raised up some people. Yes, many of these churches, they do that. But then people say they are not doing more. They are not doing much more than what they are collecting. What is coming into their church. They are taking a lot. Pastor religion is the most productive business, if I might use that word, or job or calling that you can ever have in Nigeria. It is one of the most productive. Apart from going into the politics and stealing, church is the next. Religion is the next. Not just church, Islamic, whatever thing, they have their own thing. It's just that they are coded in their own ways. They don't really, it's not really loud like that of Christianity, but they do the same thing. They come, they tell you a lot of things, and they begin to, take a lot of things from you. So in the case of the church, you know what it is. So they take a lot, they don't give out. And we have a pastor as vice president, although that position is not necessarily a position of power, but we know what it is. So he has done a few things, from like Auchi to Abuja road repair work. He commenced recently, promoted the imagination in the hearts of the northern elites. They are of the opinion that it won't be a bad idea if he gave, if the both of them give that presidential post a try, given the fact that everyone is religiously sentimental in Nigeria, if not for any for maybe some other tribal things that comes in. The Nigerians are very, very religious, not necessarily spiritual. So maybe this might help them swing the vote in their own direction, if they can handle the INEC and the rest of the complex issues that we have during voting in Nigeria. So guys, do you support that Apostle Johnson Suleiman president, and next the other Muslim man to become the vice? What's your take about this? Drop it at the comment section. If you're not a member of this channel, let us grow it together by tapping on the subscription button. It's just down there below, and the red notification icon bell is all on your right. Just tap on it below and you'll be notified whenever videos are uploaded. And if you're already a member of this channel, I say a very big thank you for the support.